real quickly here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, let's get into some COVID-19 news, because, folks, are you asking yourself what of any of this is true and what isn't? It's almost like the tale of two viruses. We have an entire group of stories that are about how much worse the virus is. Oh my God, it's worse than we thought. We haven't even gotten to the second wave. Dr. Fauci says, whatever Dr. Fauci says, it gets amplified. We're told how so many more people are getting it. The number of cases is skyrocketing. But then deaths are down. We demonstrated this yesterday. The number of deaths associated with COVID-19 are way down. It's why they're not being reported. The game here is to scare you into signing up with a new lockdown. They want you to hear all these brand new numbers of cases as deaths. But deaths are down. The curve was flattened. And then we have hydroxychloroquine. Oh, no, that's horrible. Hydroxychloroquine can kill you. Remember when Trump said he was taking it and Neil Cavuto on Fox? This is irresponsible. You can't do that. You can kill yourself. You can die. I said, wait a minute. Whoever said hydroxychloroquine is killing people? There wasn't any evidence hydroxychloroquine was killing people. In fact, we now find out that hydroxychloroquine works in staving off death. We now know how many fake news stories were there about this drug. It's already been out there 50 years. It's already been tested from every which way Sunday. All of the side effects are known. It's cheap. There's your real answer. It's not killing anybody. And yet that was the news. It was bad. It was not indicated. It was something that you shouldn't be taking. And then they herald those stories. We found out that it was still being prescribed in places around the world, being prescribed in Italy, being prescribed in France, where they were having success with it. Then we had a story in the CDC that this is bad news, you can't use it. Very, very bad. Hydroxychloroquine, not good for COVID-19. Then we got the latest from the Henry Ford group. Oh no, we're looking at this. We've been doing a bunch of studies and it's actually very helpful. And that they're doing a new study now. You know, the new study they're doing on hydroxychloroquine, they got 3,000 people in the control group taking it as a prophylactic to see if it helps prevent getting COVID-19. Did you know that? This thing? Well, it's just like putting a condom on. You put the condom on there to prevent whatever disease, yeah. So it's a prevention. See if you take hydroxychloroquine when you're healthy, does it help in preventing you from getting COVID-19? That is a study currently ongoing with 3,000 people at the Henry Ford Research Group, whatever the name of it is. So it turns out that hydroxychloroquine does have a role here, that it is effective in certain circumstances, and the research is ongoing. But you can't, no matter where you go, you can't be confident that you have found the truth when it comes to anything related to COVID-19. And I think that is also symptomatic of what's happening to our country at large. Morality is gone. The concept of right and wrong are gone. The whole notion of morality now is something that's up to individual choice. We've seen the steady degradation of standards. Standards have been met with anger and opposition from a bunch of malcontents who claim you have no right to define morality for them or anybody else. You have no right to define what's right and wrong. So there is no universal anything. There's no universal truth. And so we're not getting any. It's tough to wade through all of this. And the only you have to rely on is your own intelligence combined with whatever confidence your own intelligence gives you, like I have. I have plenty of intelligence. I have more than I need. And that gives me all kinds of confidence to know that I'm making the right judgment when I watch a news story or read a news story. When I see something and knowing it's BS or not, whether I trust it or not. But a lot of people haven't had the time I've had to study the news and media and presentations and all of that. And so there is mass confusion out there. Let me give you a couple of examples. I have a story about a Minnesota physician. He's a lawmaker. He's a doctor. He's a Republican. He's a state senator in Minnesota. His name is Scott Jensen. Doctor, Republican, state senator, Minnesota. He's also now under investigation by the Board of Medical Practices. You know why? Because he once had the audacity to compare COVID-19 to the flu. And because he accused the state of Minnesota of inflating the number of deaths from COVID-19, I kid you not, he accused them of exaggerating the number of deaths. You see, my friends, you will not speak against the revolution. You will not speak against the revolution's pet plague. You will not question the Ministry of Health, or we will refer you to the Ministry of Truth, who can remand you to the Ministry of Correction, where your mind will be made right. And the Ministry of Correction is not staffed by a bunch of social workers. It's staffed by a bunch of guys that used to be guards at Soviet gulags. So that's what's in store for you if you dare speak out against the revolution. A Minnesota physician and lawmaker under investigation by the Board of Medical Practices for his comments regarding COVID-19. In a Facebook video, Senator Scott Jensen, Republican from Chaska, said that he was notified by the State Board of Medical Practices. He's under investigation for allegedly spreading misinformation regarding death certificates in relation to COVID-19. You know what he did? He properly identified that a bunch of people who did not die from COVID-19 were listed as having died because of it. They died with it, not of it. Something else killed them, but they also had the infection, so they were written up as having died from COVID-19. He pointed out the difference. He is under investigation by the Ministry of Health. They also said that he provided reckless advice as a doctor by comparing it to the flu. Well, you know, Dr. Fauci also compared COVID-19 to the flu way back in February. Dr. Burke said that the CDC should be causing death totals to be inflated by 25%. She's acknowledged that they are inflating the number of COVID-19 deaths. All that this doctor did the same thing. February 28, 2020, Dr. Fauci wrote an article in which he said the overall clinical consequences of COVID-19 may ultimately be more akin to those of a severe seasonal flu. Dr. Fauci is not having to go to the Ministry of Health. Dr. Fauci has not been referred to the Ministry of Truth. And he has then not been referred to the Ministry of Correction. Dr. Fauci is capable of saying whatever he wants to say about anything, with impunity. This is how revolutions work, folks. You do not speak out against the regime. The regime will get you every time. The regime, in this case, the Democrat-controlled state of Minnesota. Now, here's an editorial from Issues and Instincts. The headline is, "The pandemic coming to an end at last." Wait a minute, what? You can't miss it. You turn on television every day, massive numbers of new cases. In Florida, in Texas, in Arizona, new cases, record number of cases skyrocketing. Oh my God, we're all going to die. It's horrible. And now, is the pandemic coming to an end at last? What are you supposed to do? How's the average person supposed to consume all of this? The media and many politicians inside the Democrat Party continue to shriek over the recent jump in the number of recorded coronavirus cases, seeking to keep the economy closed at all costs. And we mean that literally. Don't fall for the argument they write here. The data show that, in fact, our pandemic nightmare might well be coming to an end. Okay, so you say Issues and Insights. How the hell can you say such a thing? Pandemic coming to an end? Well, firstly, it's not actually a thing. It's the Centers for Disease Control. The Centers for Disease Control reported that the death rate has fallen so far that it's now roughly equal to the threshold for even qualifying as an epidemic. which is not as severe as a pandemic. You hear the CDC says the death toll, and this is the key number that nobody reports. We have the audacity of pointing it out yesterday. The Centers for Disease Control reported the death rate has fallen so far that we may not even have an epidemic now, much less a pandemic. And an epidemic, pandemic, is all about people who die because of some virus or respiratory infection going around, not by the number of people who get it. And yet, dishonest media is attempting to convince everybody that these daily reports of record numbers of cases equal death at some point down the line. The CDC said this: based on death certificate data, the percentage of total U.S. deaths attributed to pneumonia, to flu, COVID-19 decreased from 9% during week 25 to 5.9% during week 26. In 1 week, deaths attributed to pneumonia, the flu, COVID-19 decreased from 9% week 25 to 5.9% week 26. CDC added this was the 10th straight week of declining death. While the percentage is currently at the epidemic threshold, additional data coming in could change, says the CDC. So the decline to 5.9% is truly great news if the trend holds. Issues and Insight says that we've reported this decline in COVID-19's raw death rate before, by the way. The current CDC data compares favorably to the 5.7% average rate for the final 13 weeks of 2019. And yet, with this news, Chinese says, don't have it. Just stick with me. I gotta go. Another achieved profit break. We'll be right back.
Rush Limbaugh Show X. It's on the cutting edge of digital evolution.
We have added push notifications to the app. You'll get a push notification. You tap on that, and bam, you are taken right to the beginning of the program.
Download it free at the App Store or Google Play. Then upgrade to Rush 24/7 for full member benefits. You are listening to the EIB Network. News Radio 1200 WOAI. 20 out to win $7,000 a week for life from Publishers Clearinghouse. Enter now at PCH.com and you could win $7,000 a week after week for life. Don't miss your chance to win because $7,000 a week for life is ready to be awarded on August 31st. Go to PCH.com and enter before it's too late. There's PCH.com. Better hurry if you want the next big winner to be you. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/26. No purchase necessary. Void or prohibited.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But thankfully, there's Home Advisor. Home Advisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
When asked, over 50% of iHeartRadio listeners said they plan to spend more on hardware or home improvement stores this summer. So visit iHeartAdBuilder.com to get your business advertised on radio and reach shoppers as they start their home improvement projects.
I'll tell you about Bill's Tractor. Bill's Tractor for more than 30 years has been taking care of people right here like no other can. I mean, it's not with a package deal. You put the package together, they help you out getting the best price and the best equipment you need for your needs. Bill's Tractor is now a new dealer for Skag mowers and lawn maintenance equipment, sales, parts, service, all of it. 0% financing is available. It's all proudly built right here in the USA. And of course, it's your home for Mahindra tractors as well. BillsTractor.com or walk into Bill's Tractor.
Everyone's got advice on how to protect your health right now. Hi, I'm Rick Edelman. What I want to do is show you how you can protect your wealth right now for you and your family. First, make sure you have ample cash reserves. This way you won't have to sell investments while prices are down. Second, make sure your portfolio is diversified. Having only a portion of your money in stocks helps reduce your risk. Third, rebalance your portfolio.
that lets you turn market volatility to your advantage by buying assets that are suddenly available at lower prices than before. If you are at all concerned about your situation, give us a call here at Edelman Financial Engines. We've been helping our clients get through financial crises for more than 30 years, from the crash of '87 to the dot-com bubble of 2001 to the '08 credit crisis. So call us at 888-PLAN-RIC. That's 888-PLAN-RIC. Or visit RickEdelman.com. That's RiceEdelman.com. Call us and call us right now.
Ready to start your new career? Thomas J. Henry is one of the largest legal employers in Texas, and Glassdoor named us one of the best places to work in the nation for 2020. Apply today at tjhlaw.com. That's tjhlaw.com. San Antonio, Texas.
This is Charlie Parker, and another chance at $1,000 coming up in less than 5 minutes, right here on News Radio 1200 WOAI. Let me squeeze the phone call in there very quickly before I get to these media headlines that just conflict totally with the news that we may be nearing the end of the pandemic by virtue of the number of deaths. And by the way, the increasing number of cases, if you find out who is reporting them, if it's elderly people with pre-existing conditions, it'd be bad news. If it's the young and the healthy and so forth, it's not bad news. It's all part of creating herd immunity. At any rate, here is David in Nashville. Great to have you to EIB Network, sir. Hello.
Hey, Rush, there is nothing in that book by Trump's speech that will change 1 ounce of my support for him. And I'm going to assume that it's all true. I'm actually going to assume that there may be 1 or 2 little things that she didn't even know about, and I'm still going to support him 1,000% and get everybody I can to come along.
Even if true, you don't care what happened back then. See, that is the point. There's nothing left to shock people with. He survived the Access Hollywood. But how did that affect you? Remember what your reaction to that was?
Yeah, we'll put in here that I'm a evangelical Christian conservative, and that, but there's the past, and there's people that change, and this, the liberals don't allow anybody from our side to have anything deep in their past. It's like, go back 20 years, you're disqualified, but their own, they'll let them off for stuff last week.
But, well, no, that stuff's a resume enhancement for them. Ted Kennedy, JFK, that stuff is a resume enhancement for them because they've never held themselves out to be virtuous or moral. The Republican Party has the old family value statement. Trump never did. Trump never said that he is the king of virtue. Never once went there. He has said he's the king of patriotism. He loves America, going to make America great again. That's what resonated, and that's what became controversial.
Yeah, there are 2 things driving my support. Number one, he is the man for the hour. He has proven his last 4 years that there's no question between him and Biden. Number 2, people change, and I don't believe in holding their deep past. If they've shown and proven that they're a different person, we give them a second chance in this country.
Yeah, we do.
And
we sometimes even give them third chances out there, David. Depending. Look at how many chances Trump is getting. Look at how many chances Joe Biden is getting. So, anyway, those are all good points. We have another brief time out here. These breaks go by real fast, folks, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you know it. This is Charlie Parker, and WOAI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword cash to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in the nationwide contest. That's cash, C-A-S-H, cash to 200-200. And good luck from News Radio 1200 WOAI. This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, and iHeart Radio Station. The State Fair of Texas will not be held this year. That as a result of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Organizers making that announcement today, saying that health and safety of all involved was their top priority. The fair attracts 2.5 million visitors each year. It is unclear how this will affect the Red River rivalry game.